So how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now I've got a few topics I want to cover today, and before anyone gets butthurt and starts crying down in the comments, this is my opinion and how I feel about this certain subject. If you've got a different opinion or if you feel the same, let me know down below in the comments. I would actually love to hear how you guys feel about the topics that I'm going to speak about today. So the things that I'm going to speak about is the lack of original content that we have been receiving in recent months, the pricing of the vehicles, how they keep growing and how ridiculous it is becoming, and the drip feeding of the content that we have been receiving. So I'll cover them bit by bit and it shouldn't take up too much of your time. Please just bear with me, stick it out for the video, and like I said, let me know down below how you feel about what I'm speaking about today. First things first, the unoriginality of the content. So when we first received the VIP or the CEO work, that was pretty cool. You know, you had to buy yourself a business, go out, collect supplies, fill up your warehouses, and then sell it for a profit. It was pretty cool. It was like you was building a little mini enterprise in a game. Sort of like when you started out the game, you was on the street with a pistol. After a few years of playing, you finally got to the point where you can buy businesses and warehouse and make some good money, apparently, in GTA. But then they release things like the special vehicles that are ridiculously overpriced. I'll get to that later on in the video. So the VIP and CEO work and the offices, that was really cool. Then the motorcycle club, it was like, okay, it's sort of like a twist on what we have already received. Let's give them a chance and see how it goes. But then you had to buy loads of businesses to make your money back, and it was the same concept. Go out, collect supplies, bring them back, sell them. Then it got to the bunkers, and it was like, okay, you can see they've tried to make it look different, but it is identical underneath the skin. Once again, you spend loads of money on a business or a bunker, whatever you want to call it. Then you go and buy like the MOC to be able to upgrade the new vehicles that you've got to pay for. But in the long run, you're buying a business, you have to go out, collect crates, stock up, resupply. And then once again, with the Smuggler's Run update, identical. Different skin, exactly the same concept. It's quite hard to see because I love GTA and I love what Rockstar do. It seems like to me that the people that create this sort of stuff for GTA have just lost passion. It seems like they don't care. They're just reskinning the same old bit of DLC, banging it out, charging us ridiculous prices for vehicles and expecting us to be happy with it. Me personally, I'm not happy with it. Now let's move on to the pricing of the vehicles. Example, the Bombushka's just been released and I think it charged me like 4 or 5.4 million. If I got the trade price, it was about 4 point something million. That is insane. Like, that is so much money, it's unreal. If you don't buy shark cards, if you play 100% legit and just play missions to earn your money, that's going to take you so long to earn, it's unreal. But that's not the only thing that's been released. There's like 6, 7 other planes before that. You've got to buy your hangar, and then previously, in months before, if you've bought the warehouse and the bunker and the CEO office, you've spent so much time playing just to earn this money for a few months later to come down the line where you've got to move on to a new business where you go and do other stuff. So the stuff that you've already bought really is irrelevant. You might use the odd item here and there from previous bits of DLC, like I still use the Ruiner and the Rocket Voltic on the occasion. But once they release this so-called new DLC, new things come out, you buy them, you drive them for a few days or you fly them for a few days, and then it's boring. And that's the whole point of this video really, is how stale the concept and the ideas of their DLC has become. There's no replay value in them anymore. And that's what I'm seeing with a lot of the community. The stuff that you guys are releasing really isn't being used for that long. I'm getting a little bit off topic here with what I'm going to say, but I need to say it. So for example, the XA21 that come out. It's an insane car, or the Wagner. It's an insane car. But what do you still see people driving around the city? Zentornos, you know, old supercars that have been in the game for a long time. What planes do you still see people flying? The Hydra, because it's far superior to pretty much anything in the game, regardless of how many bombs and liveries you put on these planes. You'll still see people flying and driving the classic things from in the game from a long time ago, because they're far superior and they were original and very, very good at the time. So there's no reason to switch. And now that we've took a brief look at the pricing, For example, once again, Bombushka, 5 million, then all the other planes, millions and millions. Some of them were 4 or 5 million again. Things from previous DLCs like the Ruiner 2000 was at like 3, 4, 5 million. Rocket Voltic, I'm sure you understand where I'm going with this. And then it gets to the point where they're now drip feeding us content. And I've seen a few people speak about this, but this is just my overall opinion on how it's going in general. So the drip feeding of the content, if you don't know what I mean, so they released the DLC. Let's use Smuggler's Run as an example. So they've released the DLC. You've had to spend X amount of money to buy your hangar, and then you spend X amount of money buying these planes. So you've spent a long time playing the game, earning this money to buy these in-game items, and then after 2 weeks of this DLC being released, they give us one more item. And then a week later, another item. Then a week later, another item. How do they expect people to afford all this stuff? People can say, oh, they don't expect you to afford it. They just put content out because they're nice. They're giving us stuff to do. Yeah, but if they're giving you stuff to do, how can you use it without being able to afford it? So you've spent millions on setting up your bunker, buying some of the planes, and they're like, oh, by the way, the Bombushka's being released today. Go ahead and spend another 5 million. Then next week, what are they going to release? The Vigilante, maybe. The Batmobile. That thing's going to cost at least 3 or 4 million. And then the week later, what are they going to release? The laser? I've heard that that's going to be like 6 or 7 million. So within the space of 3 weeks, they're expecting you, if you want to use these items and have them for yourself, they're expecting you to spend 15 million at least. How can you afford that? If you do the maths, you're probably not going to be able to earn that much money in 3 weeks if you play the game and go to school, or if you play the game and go to work. The only way you can do that is either by cheating or buying shark cards. And they don't like people cheating, you get banned for it. So there's one option: buy shark cards. It's ridiculous. I just don't like where they're going with this concept of GTA in general. It seems to be all about money now. Quickly get that bit of money before the game dies. I'm not saying it is dying. If they keep doing what they're doing, then it will. But I love the game. I can still play it most days, but I go and do things that have been in the game from day one. I just drive about, I mess about with my friends, do a few jobs for an entertainment aspect. I don't like going out and grinding to make loads of money, because I've been doing it for months and months and months and years and years and years. And I've now realised that all I get from days and days of playing the game, endlessly earning money, is one item, and then I buy it, use it for 2 or 3 days, and I'm bored of it. I go back, as I just said earlier, I go back to things that have been in the game for a long time. So I've bought all the planes, but what plane do I go and fly 90% of the time? The Hydra. I've bought all the supercars, XA21, the Wagner. What car do I still go and drive? My Zentorno or my Tempesta, because they were original and good at the time. The stuff you're bringing out now is the same old stuff, just reskinned with a bigger price tag. And that's all I really wanted to cover today. I'm just a bit frustrated to see Rockstar doing this to such a good game. It annoys me. And I hope someone there sees it. I know it's not going to change anything, but hopefully it just, tweaks something in their mind, and they think, okay, maybe we could take it into consideration that this is how certain members of the community feel. And that's why I would like you guys to have a discussion down below on how you feel about this certain subject, and also let me know, because I would actually love to see how you guys feel about these topics that I've just covered today. I am actually interested. So thank you all very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.